Of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And it's always great to get the eyelash in the eye just as you're about to go on the air. Hi everybody, I'm Ron Juggett and welcome to the program a half hour early for a Tuesday, but we are making up last night's scheduled doubleheader between the Boston Braves and the Brooklyn Dodgers as our replay has hit Labor Day in 1949, September the 5th, as today is June 8th, 2021. So we are looking at the last month now of the regular season, and the only pennant race we have left is in the National League between the Dodgers, who are one game up on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Dodgers are 79-53. And they will go with Joe Hatton, who might be no worse than a Game 1 playoff starter and may get the call in Game 1 of the World Series, should they get that far. He will face the lefty, Warren Spahn, in Game 1. Game 2 to follow, and then Thursday, just one more game this week after this, it'll be the Red Sox and the Yankees from someplace. Either Boston, or actually probably it's in Boston, I would think. So the Red Sox and the Yankees as we go back to the American League, but the Yankees as we head into Labor Day have a 9-game lead. There really isn't much suspense there unless heaven and earth move and Joe DiMaggio doesn't come back after re-injuring whatever it was that he re-injured. So it was so hot in here yesterday. We'll talk about, I guess, during the game. So that's the setup for you. It's the Dodgers and the Braves and the doubleheader. The Dodgers' fate is in their own hands. They keep winning, and they will be in the World Series. The Cardinals, only one game back. Everyone's got a doubleheader today. We'll tell you all about it between games. But now, let's play some baseball, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1949. Today, from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York, it is the National League leading Brooklyn Dodgers versus the Boston Braves. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So 2 for the price of 1 today, and a single game on Thursday, the Red Sox and the Yankees from September 7th, 1949. And then Friday at noon, we will play the all-time great men's French Open Championship between Rafa Nadal and Bjorn Borg. Best of 3 for that one. So that's the schedule plan. Let's tell you about Joe Hatton making start number 28. Only has one more after this, but he has yet to be used in the pen. He's already over his real-life inning total. It doesn't matter in this replay. He's 32 years old, fastball pitcher, 83, and a flyball pitcher, 15-8 with an ERA of 3.49. And again, I would be tempted to use him if the Dodgers make it that far to Game 1 of the World Series. Against the Braves, this is start number 6, 28 1/3 innings, 35 hits, 15 runs, 12 earned, 14 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And he's 2-2 with a 3.81 ERA. I know that men's tennis is best of 5, but Uncle Ron's voice is definitely best of 3. His last start was against the Reds on the first. He must have got hurt. Because, yeah, he only went an inning and a third and allowed a hit before being injured. Of course, he also pitched on back-to-back days. So overall, 200 1/3 innings, 212 hits, 93 runs, 78 earned. He's allowed 15 homers. He has walked 73 and struck out 45. And here's a lineup that they'll face. Eddie Stanky leads off at second base for the Braves. C.B. Sisti's in center field. He'll bat second. Connie Ryan at short will bat third with that .219 batting average. Oh, boy. Bob Elliott at third will clean up. Russell in left. As my eye gets nuts. He'll bat 5th. Hank Sauer in right will bat 6th. Sanders at first will bat 7th, the first lefty in the lineup for Boston. Del Crandall behind the plate will bat 8th. And Warren Spahn, who I'm not sure we've actually had in this replay, will bat 9th on the mound. Lefty lineup, with the exception of Duke Snyder for the Dodgers. Mike McCormick a 2 and a 4 in left. Duke Snyder a 9 and an 8 in center. Carl Furillo is an 8 and a 10 in right. Billy Cox is a 5 at third. Pee-wee Reese is a 9 at short. Jackie Robinson an 8 at second. Gil Hodges a 9 at first. And Roy Campanella a 9 and a 6 behind the plate. Hatton is a 7 on the mound with a .957 fielding percentage. Stanky comes in at 281, 3 homers, and 42 RBI. Brave season's pretty much done. They are 65 and 68. And as we said in the open, the Dodgers hold their own fate in their own hands. This is game number 132 or 133. They have 19 left after this. So they have 20 left after this because Ron's specialty is math. Anyway, pitch to Stanky. And it's strike 3. That took long enough. So the home plate umpire had to sit there and think about it, and Stanky swung on and missed for the first out. Brings up C.B. Sisti at 305, 3 homers and 24 RBI. Sisti into left center field. Snyder going back. Makes the catch, 2 out. So as the old redhead would say, the Dodgers are in the catbird seat. Here's Connie Ryan. Connie at 219, 3 homers and 20 RBI. The Dodgers only faced the Cardinals twice. The Giants beat the Dodgers in the game between broadcasts. So the lead is 1. And the Giants are 5.5 back. Ryan, little dribble down to short. Reese almost on the grass, and Connie's going to beat it out, I think. Yep, he does. So an infield single, and 2 out for Bob Elliott at 327, 20 homers and 108 RBI. Dodgers would love a split. The Yankees, by the way, can clinch as early as next week. Elliott up the middle. Pee-wee underhands it to Robinson, and that will take care of the side. No runs, 1 hit. Okay, so it's for you, not on the play. No runs, a hit, and 1 left on after half an inning. It's the Braves, nothing, and here come the Dodgers. So Warren Spahn making his 32nd start of the year. Remember, he pitched forever, and in 1949, he's 28 years old. He's not a kid anymore. Fastball at 86 and a standard pitcher. If you wonder why the Braves have struggled, well, Warren Spahn is 17 and 11. That's the good news. But he has ERAs at 3.98, nearly a full run where it was above real life. So if you look at that, he won the 1957 Cy Young Award at 36 years old. Against the Dodgers, this will be his 4th start. 24 1/3 innings, 28 hits, 16 runs, 15 earned. He walked 10 and struck out 6. So against Brooklyn, 1-1, but the ERA of 5.55. And that's the information on that. His last start came against the Cubs on the 1st, a win, complete game, 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. So overall, 255 1/3 innings, 259 hits, 128 runs, 113 earned, 24 dingers. He's walked 80 and struck out 118. Last time out against Brooklyn, 9 2/3 innings of no decision ball and gave up 7 runs. This will be the lineup he'll face. Pee Wee Reese leads off at short. Billy Cox at third will bat second. Carl Furillo and Wright will go third. We need to update this game. Jackie Robinson will clean up at second base. Gil Hodges at first will bat fifth. Roy Campanella will catch and bat sixth. Duke Snyder, the lone lefty in the lineup for the Dodgers, will bat seventh. He's in center. Mike McCormick in left will bat eighth. That is the longest organ playing I think I've ever heard in this game. And Irv Hatton, who threw 21 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth on the mound. Defensively for the Braves, Russell is a 3-3 in left. Sibisisti is a 2-2 in center, and that's not good. Sauer is a 5-2 in right. That's not good as well. Infield's a bit better. Bob Elliott, an 8 at third. Connie Ryan, a 7 at short. Stanky, a 5 at second. Sanders is a 4 at first. Crandall, the best of the bunch, is a 9 and a 9. And Spahn is an 8 with a .932 fielding percentage. So Pee Wee at 304, 12 homers and 71 RBI. And Pee Wee, it's a ground ball to third. Elliott throws to first, one out. It is a cool and rainy day here in Brooklyn. If they were playing tennis in Queens, they wouldn't be playing because it's 72 degrees and raining at Ebbets. And the wind blowing out to left center. Tribe fan, good morning to you too. Not going to participate in Netflix Geek Week. Okay, now you got to explain that one. Shall we get our fellow Fortniters on here to explain that one? Here's Billy Cox, 218, 6 homers, and 36 RBI. And Cox hits a ground ball to short. Ryan throws it to first for the out, 2 away. Now I know how they feel. Oops, my phone's ringing. Gotta take this one. Be right back. Gotta redo the paperwork on my new chair. Anyway, here's Furillo, 319. Carl at 23 homers and 117 RBI. Oh, that was the ad prior to starting the stream. Think of it as like E3 but for Netflix. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I like the Crusaders. Wasn't that for Cleveland? Wasn't that their hockey team for a while? Furillo. It's a long drive to left. Russell in the corner, and that one's gone. So Carl Furillo in the raindrops smashes one down the line and left. That's a 25th given up by Spawn. And it's 1-0 Brooklyn here in the first inning. All Russell could do was turn and watch it go as he put it off the facing of the second deck. And Furillo is really going out there and taking the long way around. Holy crapola. All right. Why are we doing 100% here? Oops. Crap. I didn't mean to do that. Let's kill the chat, shall we? Anyway, off like a herd of thunder and turtles right now. Here's Jackie, 378. Stop listening. Now I'm talking to my phone. Yeah, don't is right. Robinson at 378, 17 homers, 101 RBI. And Jackie, it's a ground ball to short. Ryan over to Sanders, and that is an out. Is that the inning? Yep, that's the inning. But the Dodgers get a run. Ron gets bad news about his wheelchair prescription, and the Dodgers go up 1-0. One run, one hit, no errors. After 1-0 Brooklyn. So it'll be Jim Russell at 275, 12 homers, and 60 RBI. Russell, this week, draws a walk. So Hatton lost him on a 3-1 up in the zone. Here's Eddie Sauer. Eddie at 236, no homers and 19 RBI. Joe's walked one. Pitch to Sauer, dropped down. Campanella picks it up, throws to Robinson, and the sacrifice works 2-4. So one out and the tying run on second for Ray Sanders. And it being September, this is his first at-bat of the year. 143 in real life, 3 for 21 with a double. Doe could also be used for the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, yeah, it could. Pitch to Sanders is strike three. So the 0-2, and Sanders swings and misses on the curve. I thought I banned you. If I wanted to be famous, I wouldn't be streaming action PC baseball. Here's Del Crandall. So runner on second, 2 out. Dell at 290, 3 homers and 19 RBI. Crandall hits a fly ball left center field. Snyder goes into it and makes the catch to retire the side. So the Braves strand the runner on the walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Dodgers in game one. So Hodges, Campanella, and Snyder to face Spawn here in the second. Hodges at 319. 19 homers and 102 RBI. Hodges Strikes out. Spahn got him to swing and miss on an 84-mile-an-hour fastball, 1 out. So the first for Spahn. You know, if it was the Cleveland Crusaders, you could have a Cape night. Because in April, you're still not on Lake Erie, but close enough that you would need a cape with the wind. Or Batman night. And they could be, as Tribe Fan writes in the chat, the Caped Crusaders. Here's Campy at 323, 18 homers and 68 RBI. Roy hits a little number down to third. Elliott will make a bad play, and Campanella is on with the infield single. So the second hit for the Dodgers. Here's Snyder. Duke at 279, 24 homers and 80 RBI. Tribe Fan says, just as long as they don't wear utility belts. Well, everything old is new again. It must be time to bring back the Sansa belt slacks, which halves the relaxed belt. Pitch from Spahn to Snyder is strike 3. He got him on an 0-2 curve, 2 down. Brings up Mike McCormick, who always looks happy to be here. 189, no homers, and 11 RBI. McCormick draws the walk, and so 2 on and 2 out for Joe Hatton. Going to have to swing here. 130, no homers, and 7 RBI. Spahn winds and delivers, and Hatton strikes out. He got him on a rainbow curve on an 0-2 pitch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit and 2 left on. We go to the third in game 1, 1-0 Dodgers. So pitcher versus pitcher here to start the third inning. Warren Spahn, Eddie Sankey, and C.B. Sisti to face Joe Hatton. Spahn at 217, a homer and 5 RBI. Spahn hits a fly ball left center field. Snyder makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Eddie Stanky. Eddie's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. By the way, Mark, noon for the Thursday game and for the tennis on Friday. Stanky struck out his first time up. Hatton, 41 pitches his first time through. On 2 1/3 innings, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. That's a lot of pitches considering it. He's retired 7 of the first 9. Stanky. Ground ball to short. Pee-wee. Over to first. Peter's got to think about it, but it's still an out. 2 out for C.B. Sisti, who's 0 for 1. And this time around into right field, that ball is well struck, but that's going to stay in play. Furillo by the foul line, and that will retire the side. Braves go down in order in the third. After 2.5, 1-0 Brooklyn. So Spahn, his first 9 on 36 pitches, 2 innings, 2 hits, the solo homer to Furillo, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Pee-wee is 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball to Sanders. He'll underhand it to Spahn, covering the bag, 1 out. Here's Billy Cox. Billy is 0 for 1. And he hits this one, pops it up left field. Back goes Russell to the base of the track for the second out. People have asked where the American League stuff is, and we'll have the Red Sox and the Yankees for you on Thursday. Really no change. We'll show those standings in a minute. How do you win 13 French Open titles and you're the number 3 seed? Depends on what he's done the rest of this year, because it's based on what the computers tell them. Personally, I think he should have been a 1. And I also think if Roger Federer wasn't going to finish the French Open, he shouldn't have played. And what about Djokovic yesterday, coming back from 2 sets down to win? I would do a 5-set stream between Djokovic and Agassi, but if we started now, it might be done by the start of the U.S. Open. Ferrillo homered his last time up, and Carl hits a fly ball left center field. Seasty's running, he's got it! Up against the wall. He must have ran 30 yards to make that catch, but that all works. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, it's still 1-0 Brooklyn. So here are the standings. And remember, everybody plays a doubleheader today. The Dodgers' magic number is 23. The Giants 5.5 back, and that really is it. That's the race right there. The Dodgers are 51-17 at Ebbets Field. So they've played 60. This will be game 69 and 70. They only have 7 scheduled games left at home. The Cardinals are 45-17 at home. They play at home a lot in the month of September. So if you're worried about the Cardinals' chances, that's their best chance. The Giants, 47-26 at home, pretty much are on the road the rest of the way. They are 75-60. In the American League, the Yankees are 45-15 at home. The scary thing is they have 17 games left at Yankee Stadium with a 9-game lead and a magic number of 15. The Red Sox now have a 2-game lead on third place and could conceivably catch the Indians. Then the Tigers. The Senators, God bless them, 12 games over real life, and everyone else has been eliminated. So as we start play on Labor Day, 5 of the 16 teams have been officially eliminated. Connie Ryan singled his first time up. Hatton starts the 4th with a base hit up the middle. So Ryan is 2 for 2. Here's Bob Elliott. Bob is 0 for 1. Hatton from the stretch. Down the line, a base hit. Ferrillo will go grab it. That's going to be extra bases. Ryan will round third and score. Elliott's digging for 3. The throw to Cox is close, but not in time. And Elliott, from that newspaper-sized headline there, has his 10th triple of the year. And it's 1-1. And there's nobody out for Jim Russell, who walked his first time up. Russell strikes out. He swung on and missed a 2-2 fastball. And that's the 3rd from Hatton. And that'll bring up Sauer. And a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Sauer into left field. McCormick and Snyder converge. McCormick will get it. Elliott goes back to tag. The throw to the plate is... You tell me? Not in time, and the Braves lead 2-1. So a sac fly for Sauer. And that'll bring up Ray Sanders, who struck out in his 1949 debut. And there's a ground ball to short. Pee-wee diving stop. Throws it away. And Sanders doesn't move past first. Hodges had to dive for it and kept it in play. He just couldn't keep his foot on the bag. And that'll bring up Del Crandall, who's 0 for 1. Del, I think, is one of the handful of people who played in 49 that's still with us, right? Pitch to Crandall. There's a base hit left field. McCormick will pick it up. Sanders moves to 3rd. And the Braves have runners on the corners and 2 out for Warren Spahn. Doubleheader, you don't want to get in that pen early. Spahn's 0 for 1. This time Warren sends this one into left. McCormick will flag it down, and that will retire the side. The Braves have a big inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th in game 1, 2-1 Boston. So they play for Robinson to bunt. Jackie's going to swing. Hodges and Campanella to follow. Jackie. It's a little number. Elliott comes in before the mound. Snap throw to Sanders, who's got to run back to the bag at first, and Robinson's out. Brings up Hodges, who struck out his first time up. Again, you want to look at how good the Dodgers are. Cox and Snyder are the only regulars hitting under 300. Pee-wee's at 303, Ferrillo at 320, Robinson at 377, Hodges at 319, and Campanella at 325. Gill strikes out. Spahn got him on the 2-2 changeup looking. So 2 out, and that's 4 for lefty. And here's Campanella, who singled his first time out. Campanella hits a fly ball into center field. Seasty ranges over, dodges the light raindrops now, and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Dodgers go down in order. After 4, it's the Braves 2, Brooklyn 1. So top of the lineup for the Braves here in the 5th. Remember, doubleheader here as we cross the noon hour. They haven't missed a thing. Stanky is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. We'll recap it after this half inning. Hatton threw 18 batters, 75 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits. Both the Braves' runs are earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. Pitch to Stanky is got him. He got him on an 0-2 fastball on the inside corner, and there's 1 out. Brings up Seasty, who's 0 for 2. Hatton's pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Reese in the hole. Pee-wee throws to first, and there's 2 out. And this brings up Connie Ryan. Connie has singled both times, and if you're a Dodger fan, he is going to get the dreaded nuisance title. This time, Connie swings into left center field. Snyder ranges over, and that's the first half of the ball game. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Halfway home in game 1 on a rainy day in Brooklyn and a rainy day in Burlington. It's the Braves 2, the Dodgers 1. We'll be back in a moment. He joined us late. Here's how he got here. Carl Ferrillo smashed one off the upper deck down the line in the first inning to make it 1-0 Brooklyn. Now is a 12-game hitting streak. In the 4th, the Braves took the lead. Bob Elliott tripled home Connie Ryan to tie the game, and then Eddie Sauer sacked fly to make it 2-1. Warren Spahn, a 2-hitter through 4. And Irv Hatton, a 4-hitter through 5, and the 1 bad inning. Both pitchers have struck out 4 and walked 1. Snyder 0 for 1. As I look at my thermometer here in the bedroom, it says 78 degrees, which normally it's pretty toasty. Yesterday, with the lights off in here, because I gotta run the big light to make me look pretty. It was 81 degrees at 8:30 in the morning. And that's why we didn't stream in here. It was just too darn hot. So, apologies. And hopefully you all took the time to watch the Montreal Canadiens house the Winnipeg Jets. Snyder struck out his first time up. Hits this one into right field. Sauer in the corner. What out? Sauer by the wet bullpens to make the catch. Here's McCormick. Mike walked his first time up. And this time around, a ground ball to third. Elliott gonna have to hurry on the bang banger, and Sanders is on the bag, 2 out. Now, I had a picture of my wife on the other day. Joe Hatton, by the way, struck out his first time up. And the video with the picture of my wife was the most watched baseball game I've done all year. You dirty little people, you. Pitch to Hatton. Spawn. Got him. No runs, no hits, no errors. He checked his swing on the curve, did Hatton, and it did not matter. After 5, it's the Braves 2, the Dodgers 1. So here's Bob Elliott. Bob tripled home run in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Now has 109 RBI. Elliott draws the walk. Second walk from Hatton. Here's Jim Russell. He has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. This time around, Russell draws another walk. So the Braves have runners on first and second. Hatton missed with a full count way out. Or as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside. So nobody out for Eddie Sauer. Sounds like a drink you'd get, doesn't it? I'm going to take an Eddie Sauer. And what whiskey would you like in that, sir? Eddie has a sac fly. He's 0 for 1. And Sauer draws a walk. So Hatton has walked him loaded. This time on 4 pitches, high and inside. Nobody out for Ray Sanders. So lefty versus lefty here. 2-1 Braves. Nobody out in the 6th. The Dodgers will gladly trade 2 for the price of 1. Hatton from the stretch. Struck him out. He got him on a curveball outside on the black on a 2-2 count. And that's Hatton's 5th strikeout of the ball game. And now the Dodgers, if they can get a ground ball, might not have to give up anything. Here's Crandall. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Dell, fly ball, center field. Snyder drifting back there, and the Duke will make the catch. Elliott should go back and tag. He does, and the throw goes in the infield. Russell will move to third, and it's 3-1 Boston. So walks kill you. Here's Spawn. Warren is 0 for 2. Pitch from Hatton. Spawn. Got him. He got him on a 0-2 curve. After 5.5, the Braves leave on 2, but they get a big insurance run. No hits and no errors. Fire up the Maldito, Dodger fans. You trail 3-1. So Spawn, as we start the bottom of the 6th, looking for his 18th win of the year. 5 innings, 18 batters. Doubleheader day, Mike. So you get 2 for the price of 1. So when we do daytime doubleheaders, they're a half hour earlier. 69 pitches, 5 innings, 18 batters, 2 hits. The home run to Ferrillo was earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 5. This was supposed to be last night, but my room, office, studio, massage parlor became an oven in the heat here in New England. And so we're doing this today instead. Pee-wee is 0 for 2. Cox on deck. And there's a fly ball to center. Ceasty, 1 out. It's a light rain here in Brooklyn, and it's now 77 degrees. The wind blowing out the center at 6. Cox is 0 for 2. Spawn's pitch. Ground ball to third. Elliott, snap throw to first. Sanders is there, 2 out. Here's Kyle Furillo. He smashed his 24th of the year in the first, and that was the lone, or so far, the lone Dodger run. Spawn kicks and fires. There's a base hit in the left field, so Furillo on with a 2-out single. And then I'll bring up Jackie Robinson. Jackie, a 7-game hitting streak on the line. He's 0 for 2. Furillo not a threat to go anywhere. There's a fly ball, left center or right center field. Ceasty makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So, Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. They leave a runner on. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 7th in Game 1, 3-1 Braves. So Hatton giving me the fatigue warning here in the 7th. 27 batters deep, 113 pitches. 6 innings, 4 hits, all 3 runs are earned. He walked 4 and struck out 6. Let me let you in on a little secret, okay? Don't tell anybody this. When I wrote for Fansided, I covered the Washington Nationals. That's not the secret. And I'm reviewing someone's pitching performance. And I don't know what I was thinking. And it got through my grammar checker, and it got through Microsoft spell checker. But instead of saying the word pitches with a P, I spelled it with a B. And so, I mean, this isn't a child-friendly stream anyway. Something about he threw 113 bitches. And so, Stanky, by the way, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. So in the middle of the afternoon, Stanky hits a ground ball to short. Pee-wee throws to first for the out. I get something from Standards and Practice about a no-no in an article. And I get a note from my big boss saying, you didn't mean to do that, did you? I went, do what? Go look at your article again. And sure enough, because P and B are not even close to each other on the keyboard. Yeah. Same vowel, same consonant sound almost, but not that. I kept my job. Ceasty is 0 for 3. Pitch from Hatton. And there's a fly ball, center field. Back goes Snyder, and that's an out. So 2 out. 3-4-0 for the Braves. They've left on 6. Snyder, by the way, has made 7 putouts. The Dodgers a run on 3 hits an error, and they've left on 3. Here's Connie. Ryan is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored once. And Connie draws the 2-out walk. So that's 5 for Hatton. Here's Bob Elliott. Bob is 1 for 2. He has scored twice, walked, and tripled. And that triple came in the 4th. Hatton deals. Elliott, there's a base hit past Robinson into center field. Ryan goes to third. And there's runners on the corners and 2 out. And Brooklyn just really needs to get Russell here. And then we're going to have the world's longest 7th inning stretch. Jim has walked twice and struck out, which makes him 0 for 1. Campanella and Hatton have a few words. Russell lines it foul. And somebody from Coney Island made that play because you can't go to Coney Island in the rain. Well, you could, but the hot dogs would be soggy. Count is 0-2 to Russell. And there's a line drive to Robinson, and it's stretch time. 3-1, Boston. Well, you weren't supposed to know that the organist is on vacation, and so the seventh inning stretch was played on a 78. Here's Hodges. It'll be Gil Hodges, Roy Campanella, and Duke Snider to face Spawn here in the bottom of the seventh. Hodges has struck out twice. And Gil hits a fly ball to left. Back goes Russell. I don't think Russell's going to get there. He turns and it's hit the wall. Hits the top of the wall. Hodges had his 22nd double of the year. And Campanella now the tying run at the plate. What'd you miss? Well, you've missed the Braves put a 3-spot on the Dodgers. But as you join us here in Game 1 of the doubleheader, Roy Campanella the tying run at the plate. The Braves up 3-1. And Warren Spahn on the mound. Who won your San Diego-Dallas game, Gardner? Campy is 1 for 2 with a single. And Roy, it's a fly ball left center field. Seasty going back. He'll make the catch. Hodges goes back to tag. And he'll try for third. The throw to Elliott is not in time. Chargers crushed the Cowboys, huh? Solitaire Pro Football on my dear friend Dave Gardner's channel from 1980. Snyder is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pitch to the Duke. Is a ground ball, hits the mound. Stanky will go for the shutout at first. Hodges will score, and it's 3-2, Boston. So a good one here to start off. Turn off the lunch app and the computer will speed up. The only other thing I've done this that's lagged while streaming, and I think you had the same problem too, was replay basketball. Here's McCormick. Mike is 0 for 1 with a walk. Dodgers got a big run there. I had eggs and toast, by the way, for lunch. It was yummy. McCormick strikes out. Got him on a 1-2 cutter on the outside corner. The Dodgers get a big old run in there on a hit and nowheres. We go to the 8th. Pitching change coming up for the Dodgers. Braves 3, Brooklyn 2. So, we're going to go with, let's see, righty, lefty, righty. We'll go with Irv Palika. Oof. And old Irv's going to have to hit. Oh, no, he didn't have to hit. He was going to... Oh, Ronnie, you idiot. He's going to replace McCormick and put in a new left fielder. Can I undo that? No. I don't have that option selected. I think. Nope. Oh, well. I'll hear about it in the comments. Eddie Sauer is 0 for 1. Sack fly and a walk. Palika is 4 and 5 with 4 saves. He's just a baby. He's 21 years old. Fastball at 88 and a standard pitcher. making his 41st appearance of the year. Against the Braves, this is appearance number 6. 9 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, all earned. He walked 7 and struck out 3 and has 2 saves. Pittsburgh, by the way, has lit him up. He last pitched on the 3rd against the Giants. You can complain now. Inning in the 3rd against the Giants, and a no decision. A 1 hit and a walk. Overall, 75 in the 3rd inning, 77 hits, 2 homers. 39 runs, 34 of those were earned. He's walked 48 and struck out 38. So Sauer, Sanders, and Crandall. I should have. Why did I just had McCormick bat? I was going to switch right fielders. Ron, that was bad. Bad, Ron. Pitch to Sauer. Got him. An 0-2 on the inside corner. If the home plate umpire would put away the phone and stop watching Winnipeg Jet highlights, I would appreciate that. Here's Ray Sanders. Ray is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. And Ray takes the collar again, a 2-2 curve. So 2 strikeouts, and here's Crandall. Dell is 1 for 3. It's a single and RBI. So Palika, Reese, and Cox in the bottom of the 8th. Palika's pitch is a ground ball to Robinson. Jackie from the hole throws it to first, and now will retire the side. Down go the Braves. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 8, 3-2 Boston. So Palika is as surprised as anybody that he's going to get the chance to bat. But his 1 hit is a double. And he's only struck out once. Spahn starts the 8th with a ground ball to first. Sanders underhands it to Spahn. 1 out. With this Brooklyn offense, you don't need to give them any help to begin with. Here's Pee Wee Reese. He's 0 for 3. Spahn through 27 batters, 100 pitches, 7 in the 3rd innings, 4 hits. The homer to Furillo in the 1st. He's walked 1 and struck out 6. Pee Wee hits a fly ball to left. Russell makes the catch, 2 out. Here's Cox. Billy is 0 for 3. Remind me to tell you about T-shirt days and all that, because we know Mike from the truck has a favorite minor league announcer. Billy, it's a fly ball in the right field. Sauer, the rain, by the way, is stopped. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So, the Dodgers don't do anything in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th. It's 3-2 Boston in Game 1. So, Palika will face Spahn, who's only thrown 108 pitches. He should be fine for the 9th. Stanky and Seasty. Warren is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Spahn in the right field. Furillo in the corner. 1 out. So here's Eddie Stanky through fifth time around now for the Braves. Eddie 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And I'm sure if anybody called Eddie Stanky and giggled, they got to taste his fist. Palika got him. An 0-2 fastball on the inside corner, and there's 2 outs for Seasty, who is 0 for 4. So Palika has whiffed 3 in an inning and 2/3. Fly ball to right. Furillo will make the catch, and the Braves are done. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 to tie for the Dodgers and 2 to win. 3-2 Boston. So Spahn stays in, as he should, looking for win number 18. Furillo, Robinson, and Hodges, the heart of the Dodger order right now. and if anybody should reach Campanella and then Snyder. So Carl is 2 for 3. His solo shot in the first put the Dodgers up 1-0. Spahn's pitch for Rillo draws the walk, and the tying run is on for Jackie Robinson. Rillo not really a threat to steal. Robinson is a threat to bunt. Infield guards the lines. Throw to first for Rillo back. So Jackie squared. They still play for the double and not the bunt. Jackie squares. Puts it down. Crandall's only play is to first. So Rillo moves to second. The tying run in scoring position. Hodges, Campanella, and maybe Snyder to follow. And any one of these three can win the ball game. So Spahn's got to be careful. Hodges has doubled. He's 1 for 3. He has struck out twice and scored. Hodges. Little number up the middle. Ryan looks for Rillo back. Throws to Sanders. 2 out. So the last chance saloon as Rillo moves to third is Campanella. Roy is 1 for 3. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. 8 left on for the Braves in Game 1. 2 runs, 4 hits and an error, and 3 left on for the Dodgers so far. The tying run is 90 feet away. Spahn deals. Campanella. Ground ball to third. Elliott's got to hurry. The throw to first is in time. In time. The Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. 3-2. Campanella thought he had it. It was close, but it was an out. And Spahn, with minus stuff, wins the opener of this doubleheader 3-2. He goes to 18-11. He goes the distance. A 4-hitter, 2 runs, a homer to Rillo. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Hatton takes the hard luck loss. 5 hits over 7, 3 runs all earned. He walked 5 and struck out 6. Yeah, where is Don Denkinger when you need him? He made the right call, and that's the first game. 3-2, Boston. So the lead is a half game. And so, instead of seeing me, we'll just auto-play meaningful games. First, from Philadelphia, the Yankees beat the A's 9-8 in the opener. Pete Suter, 2 homers, 4 RBI, and 4 hits. Vic Raschi gets the win. The Yankees' lead is now 9.5. And in the nightcap, well, they split. Joe Coleman gets the win. Tommy Byrne the loss. And another Coleman went 1 for 3 with a triple. So the A's and the Yankees split. And the lead is still 9 games. Detroit is still technically in the race, so we'll do that one real quick. They're playing a doubleheader against the Browns. Fred Hutchinson throws a shutout as they beat the Browns 1-0 in Game 1. Mullen 3 for 4. Struck out 5 and walked 2. In Game 2, St. Louis and Detroit split the doubleheader. The Browns win 3-2-11. Star with a win. Jack Graham with his 21st of the year. And Howdeman takes the loss. So knowing that the Yankees have split their doubleheader, Cleveland just trying to do anything to get closer. Loses to Chicago in Game 1, 1-0. Gumpert 14-12. Benton 5-8. And Old Aches and Pains, Luke Appling goes to 2-3. In Game 2, Cleveland gets swept. They make 5 errors In the Game 2 loss to Chicago, 12-9. Mario Perrietti goes to 4-4. Bob Lemon falls to 19-7. Mickey Vernon with 2 homers and 4 RBI in Game 2. So the Yankees' lead now is 10. As Mike from the truck goes and plays some football. Red Sox and Senators. Red Sox, Mel Parnell throws a 4-hitter and shuts out the Senators 1-0. Dente goes 2 for 4. Hudson takes the loss. And in Game 2, the Red Sox get the sweep. Masterson gets the win. Not Bart. He goes to, or Bat, he's 5-1. Hiddle takes the loss. Teddy Williams 3 for 4 with a double. And so the last game's of consequence, now the National League. St. Louis and Pittsburgh on a doubleheader. And in Game 1, Pittsburgh beat the Cardinals 7-3. Ralph Kiner is 47th of the year. Murray Dixon goes to 9-10. Munger goes to 13-6. And so the Dodger lead is now a game. And in Game 2, St. Louis does get the split. Martin, 8-7, or 2-3. Whirl takes the loss at 9-8. And Stan Rojek, 4 for 5 with a double. So it's a half game, and the Cardinals are now 78-54. Giants doubleheader real quick. That's not going to help out the Giants' cause as Big Ken Heinzelman beats the Giants 15-3. My goodness gracious. Clint Hartung takes the loss. Goliath, 2 homers, drives in 6. And in Game 2, the Giants get a 10-inning split against Kozlow. For Kozlow beats Jim Constantine 3-2. So really no changes along the line. And that is every meaningful game in baseball between games of the doubleheader. So it's Preacher Row against Elliott. And the rain is still in the forecast, but it's not raining as we start. So as you look at that, I'm taking a drink, and then we'll play Game 2. So, changes for the Dodgers in Game 2. Spider Jorgensen, yeah, thank you. It's about time you said that. Spider Jorgensen is the third baseman here in Game 2. He is a 3. Everyone else remains the same, except for Preacher Row, who's a 6. And looking at the Braves, they have a new first baseman and a new catcher. So, Preacher Row is 12-6. 34 years old, a fastball pitcher and a fly ball plus pitcher. Shad against the Braves, start number 6. 42 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 23 runs all earned. He has walked 12 and struck out 22. He is 2-2 against the Braves with an ERA of 4.85. So, just to keep you up to date, looks like pretty much everybody that mattered today has drawn a split in their doubleheaders, so that's help for the Dodgers. Rowe's last start was against the Cubs on the 27th. A 9-inning complete game win. 7 hits, 2 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 5. So in 166 innings, 177 hits. 18 homers, 74 runs, 68 earned. He walked 34 and has struck out 87, or what we would call a modern pitcher. His last appearance against the Braves was in Boston on the 20th and drew a no decision, gave up 7. So Stanky, Seasty, and Ryan for the Braves. Elliott, Russell, and Sauer the first 6. L.B. Fletcher is at first, he'll bat 7th. Livingston, I presume, is the catcher batting 8th, and Elliott on the mound will bat 9th. So, the rain has stopped at 78 degrees. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day on this June 8th. Stanky at 279, 3 homers and 42 RBI. And game 2 starts with a fly ball left field. That's going to drop in front of McCormick. And that's a leadoff single. So here's Seasty at 297, 3 homers and 24, 9 RBI. Runner goes. Campanella throws down to Robinson, and Stanky is a dead duck. So the Dodgers will take the strike on Seasty and the 1 out. And now Rowe can just concentrate on the batter. In the left center, Snyder rides the Schwinn, 2 out. Next baseball game is Thursday at noon, Yankees and Red Sox from Fenway. And then tennis again on Friday. We tape Digital Dice tomorrow. Connie Ryan at 229, 3 homers and 20 RBI, but had a good first game. Ryan, line drive to short, Pee-wee's there, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the first in game 2. Braves, nothing. Here come the Dodgers. It's the lefty Glenn Elliott. Glenn is 29 years old. He's a fastball pitcher, 85, and a standard pitcher. He is 6-1 on the replay. This is his 5th start, and he has an ERA of 3.32. This is his first start against the Dodgers. 3rd appearance in relief, or 3 appearances in relief. 5 innings, 4 hits. A run it's earned. He walked 3, struck out 1, and is 1-0. Appeared in relief against the Phillies a few days ago and recorded a strikeout. It looks like his last start was against... I gotta hold on here for just a second. Pardon me while we relay some personal business. Since it worked so well the last time she was... Get on the bed.
No.
No, come on.
No.
You gave me my best ratings in a month, by the way. All right. Oh, geez, I was right. There we go. Okay. Don't look at the screen. Look at...
Oh, I don't care right now.
All right.
What do you want?
Just
now?
a hug.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good day at work.
I will try.
All right.
Stay out of trouble.
Sure. As I was saying before I got before Morgana came in to hug me. Sarah's in the hallway doing pirouettes. Elliott's last start was on the 2nd against the Cardinals, as a matter of fact. 7 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs. He walked 4 and struck out 2. So overall for Elliott, 62 in the 3rd innings, 67 hits, 7 homers, 23 runs, all earned. He's walked 19 and struck out 12. So defensive changes for the Braves in game 2. Elliott is a 3 on the mound. Livingston is a 3 and a 2 behind the plate. And Fletcher is a 5 at first. Pee Wee Reese will lead off for the Dodgers at short. Spider Jorgensen bats 2nd and plays 3rd. Farillo, Robinson, Hodges, Campanella, Snyder, and McCormick, just like in game 1. And Preacher Rowe, who threw 14 pitches in his half of the first, is on the mound. Pee Wee at 302, 12 homers and 71 RBI. Elliott starts game 2 with ball 4. So Reese with a leadoff walk. 3-0 changeup way inside. And that'll bring up Jorgensen. Spider at 310, no homers and 10 RBI. And remember, Spider has my speed, none. I have never seen a runner with 0 speed before. He doesn't look like a Spider. Elliott throws to first. Reese is back. Reese could conceivably steal here, but let's get those odds a bit higher, shall we? Lefty versus lefty. Jorgensen, line drive to right. Sauer is there for the out. Throws to Fletcher, and Reese is back. That's better odds. Here's Ferrillo. Carl at 321. 24 homers and 118 RBI. Solo shot in game 1. That was a 12-game hitting streak. We'll hit and run here. There goes Pee Wee. Ferrillo swings. Ground ball to first. Fletcher has no shot at second. Throws to Elliott. 1 out. So Reese moves to second. Make sure I don't do that again. And then I'll bring up Jackie Robinson. His hitting streak was snapped in game 1. He's still hitting .376, however. 17 homers and 101 RBI, and is still our odds-on favorite to be the NL MVP when all is said and done. Robinson, line drive to center field. Seasty moves over and makes the catch to retire the side. Dodgers strand a runner, and that's it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the second game, too. Braves and Dodgers scoreless in Brooklyn. So here's Bob Elliott. Elliott, Russell, and Sauer to face Rowe. Elliott at 329, 20 homers, and 109 RBI. I keep looking at what John said about Don Denkinger, and the only thing that's running through my head is, where have you gone, Dick Hauser? Don Denkinger turns his lonely eyes to you. What have you said, Dick Hauser? Denkinger has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Should have done that to Scully. Hey, hey, hey. Pitch to Elliott. Any day now. Popped up. Left side. Jorgensen has it for the out. So 1 out for Russell at 274, 12 homers, and 60 RBI. Pitch from Rowe is a line drive to Pee Wee. Leaps and makes the catch. 2 out. There's Sauer, 233, no homers, and 20 RBI. Eddie swings. Ground ball up the middle. Robinson behind the bag. Throws to first, and the Braves go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here at Ebbets Field. No score. Hey, hey, hey! Now you're talking a rerun on What's Happening, and I don't remember that one. But, or we're talking Fat Albert, because that's what I would have thought there. So we Hodges, Campanella, and Snyder. Gill at 319, 19 homers, and 102 RBI. We'll show you the updated standings at the top of the 4th. Hodges in the left field. Russell, crowd likes it, but Russell's there. Right, from What's Happening. Wow. And again, that's not something you would ever hear about on a Fortnite stream. So 1 out for Campanella, 322 for Roy, 18 homers and 68 RBI. Elliott winds and deals. Campy draws the walk. Second walk by Elliott. 3-0 curve downstairs. And then I'll bring up Snyder. I'm doing a fictional league in OOTP. Where's Mushmouth when you need him? And my first baseman, his name is Tom Albert. And so when I saw that, I went, yeah, his nickname is Fat. And not PH either. F-A-T. And for those of you who are more of the don't like it thing, it's file allocation table. It has nothing to do with his weight. Snyder at 277, 24 homers and 81 RBI. And Snyder draws the walk. So runners on first and second. Elliott lost Snyder on a fastball off the shoulders. 8 straight pitches out of the strike zone, and now I'll bring up McCormick. Mike at 185, a homer, and 11 RBI. 11 is not none. Roll on deck. McCormick swings, and there's a fly ball to left. Russell going back there. That ball is well struck, and that ball is long gone. Oh, baby. Well into the second deck. And it's 3-0 Dodgers as McCormick hits his first of the year. And all Russell could do is turn and watch it go. I won't show you the replay on there because it'll be here till 4 o'clock. But trust me, that ball got out of here in a hurry. And then they'll bring up Peter Rowe as McCormick takes a curtain call out of the dugout. Rowe at 140, no homers and 8 RBI. The gang was on the world champion Buck winner. Or it was the world champion Buck winner. Is that like a chicken calling contest? Hey. Pitch to Rowe. Preacher. Ground ball, base hit, left side. And the Dodgers will take a split gladly here. So Rowe on first, 1 out for Pee Wee Reese. Opening 9 for Elliott. 30 pitches. Inning and a third. 2 hits. The 3-run blast by McCormick. And I'm telling you, that ball was so smoked that Nathan's went, ooh, I like that. All 3 runs are earned, and the walks killed him. So Pee Wee walked to start the ball game. Elliott deals. This time around, Reese hits a fly ball on the left. Russell has it for the out. Rowe retreats back to first. 2 out. For the Spider, Mr. Jorgensen. Spider's 0 for 1. That's a base hit up the middle. Stanky Dove couldn't get there. Rowe will go to third. In fact, they say Cece should have had it. That's kind of weird. And so the Dodgers have runners on the corners and 2 out for Carl Furillo. Carl is 0 for 1. He got a 12-game hitting streak. I wasn't kidding when I said Jorgensen had a speed rating of none. So runners on first and third, 2 out in the second, 3 already in for the Dodgers. Furillo swings. There's a ground ball to Elliott. Stabs it, throws to Fletcher, and that will retire the side. But Mike McCormick with a 3-run mega bomb into left center field, or left field on the line, gives the Dodgers 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 3rd inning. It's the Dodgers 3, the Braves nothing. So L.B. Fletcher at 268, 9 homers and 40 RBI. He did not play in Game 1. Pitch from Rowe is a base hit left center field. McCormick will pick it up. And that's the 2nd hit for the Braves. Mickey Livingston, caught for the Giants at some point, at 268 and 4 RBI. Glenn Elliott on deck, the pitcher. Livingston. There's a base hit left field. So Rowe, again, not a believer of the shutdown inning, has put the first to 1, and Livingston has no speed either. Elliott, you know he's going to bunt. Well, he's a 3-bunter. Is 1 for 18 on the replay with an RBI single. So Jorgensen and Hodges play for the bunt. That is the logical move, and obviously, if they can get a play on Livingston, the Dodgers would be thrilled. Rose pitch. Elliott. Bunts. Campanella will throw to third. They get the lead runner in Fletcher. So that did not work. So they get the fielder's choice, and it goes 2-5. Campanella to Jorgensen. So 2 refrigerator magnets on the bases for the Dodgers. Livingston and Elliott with a combined speed of 0. And here's Stanky. He singled his first time up. So Rowe is opening 9 on 27 pitches. 2 1/3 innings. And 3 hits. Stanky struck him out. Got him on an 0-2 curveball. 2 out. And now bring up Sibby Sisti, who is 0 for 1. So Rowe got into trouble, and now he's an out away again out of it. The pitch. There's a line drive left field. That's going to be extra bases. Livingston will score. Elliott will round third. McCormick has a chance. The cutoff throw from Reese, and Elliott is safe. So Sisti with a 2 RBI double. And if you open up the fridge to get enough Sunny D, then the refrigerator magnets will eventually move, and that's what happened there. So a 2 spot on the board for the Braves here in the top of the 3rd. Here's Ryan. Connie is 0 for 1. And this time Connie will line drive right field base hit. Sisti will, what will he do? He will round third. Ferrillo's got a cannon out there. They're going to try to get him at the plate. Campanella, they got him. They got him. And that will retire the side. But the Braves get 2 runs. They leave a runner on. And in super slow motion, you're going to watch this throw. Really, you are. Ferrillo got a good plant. He did not need to have it cut off. Sisti rounding third, as you can see there. Ryan settled back at first. Ferrillo just kind of waiting. Still waiting. I think I got the dinner wrap on too. Here's the throw. You can see Sisti running down the line. It was going to be close, but Campanella was braced, and right there you can see where. Whoa, that was close. But the tag was there, and the runner was out. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Braves get 2 runs in the inning, 3-2 Brooklyn. So here's Robinson. Jackie is 0 for 1. Elliott starts the bottom of the 3rd with a line drive base hit left side. Russell will pick it up, and Robinson starts a new hitting streak. Brings up Hodges, is 0 for 1. This time Gill, long drive to left field and gone. All Russell could do was turn and watch it go, and the Dodgers go back out in front 4-3. Not showing you the replay of that one. Will be here till doomsday. But trust me, for Hodges, well back in the first deck in left field, am I using the slow-mo effect from the Matrix? Well, that would be kind of handy if we could do that. I think Mr. Cook would kindly do a few spit takes because we're in public. If we were able to do that with these things. I don't know why this is laggy as anything. It's the only thing I do that is laggy. How you doing, Mr. Zalapsky? So Campanella walked and scored his first time up. 5-2 now. Dodgers on the home run. Campanella into center field. Seasty has it for the out. One away for Snyder. Duke walked and scored in the first. Or the second, rather. Snyder. Strike him out. First one for Elliott. He got them on the rainbow curve. 2 out for McCormick. Mike McCormick hit 2 real-life home runs. But his first was a big one. It gave him a 3-0 lead in the second. McCormick. Slow ground ball to Stanky over to first. I'm doing quite well. ZS. And that will retire the side. The computer still thinks it's 9,000 degrees in here. It is 80. Dodgers get 2 runs on 2 hits, including the big bomb from Gil Hodges. We go to the 4th. It's 5-2, Brooklyn. And so, this is the revised standings. Everyone else that mattered has played their doubleheader. And so when we say these are the standings up to the second, these literally are the standings up to the second. The Dodgers have a half-game lead on St. Louis, who split their doubleheader today. The Giants split their doubleheader today, so that lead is 5 games. And the American League, the Yankees split. They're 84 and 49. Cleveland got swept, and so the lead is 10. The Red Sox swept their doubleheader. Too little, too late, but they could get second place. They're 12.5 back. And the Tigers are having a good year. Washington was eliminated in their doubleheader sweep today, so 4 teams mathematically alive in the American League, and still 6 in the National League, with 3 I'd say the Giants still have a realistic chance. They need to start winning, but... And that's the state of the races on this 5th of September, 1949. Bob Elliott 0 for 1 as we start the 4th. Boston took Game 1 3-2. Brooklyn leads Game 2 5-2. As we start the top of the 4th. Elliott strikes out. Someone's watching Netflix on their phone and calling balls and strikes. So Elliott swung on and missed a 1-2 changeup. And that'll bring up Russell, who's 0 for 1. Fly ball to right. Furillo in the corner has it for the second out. It rained in Game 1 for most of it. And now the rain stopped in the last couple innings, and skies are threatening. The lights are on here at Ebbets. 80 degrees here as we play the 4th inning of Game 2. Wind's blowing out the center at 13. But the rains have not returned. Eddie Sauer is 0 for 1. Pitch from Rowe. Sauer, line drive left field. That's going to get past Jorgensen. McCormick has to go fish it out of the corner. And Sauer has his 11th double of the year. So that brings up L.B. Fletcher, who singled his first time up. Rowe from the stretch. Center field, Snyder going back. Sauer will go back to second, as that's the 3rd out of the inning. And that's going to be a pitching change, as they want Elliott out now. And so Bobby Hogue comes in the game. So this is Hogue's 31st appearance. He's 2-5 with 3 saves and an ERA of 4.40. Against the Dodgers, this is his 7th relief appearance. 11 innings, so he is quite familiar with the boys, the Bums, Dem Bums. 13 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He walked 6 and struck out 5. He's 0-1 with 2 saves. He last pitched on the 2nd against the Phillies. An inning, 2 hits, no decision, no run it was earned, and he walked a batter. So overall, he's lost his last 4 decisions. 28 years old, fastball pitcher at 84 and a ground ball pitcher. 43 innings on the replay, 52 hits, 3 homers, 22 runs, 21 earned. He has walked 15 and struck out 14. So Preacher Rose singled his first time up. And Hogue starts his appearance with a line drive past Fletcher. That's a base hit. So Rowe is 2 for 2. Sixth hit for the Dodgers. Here's Pee Wee Reese. He is 0 for 1 with a walk as the cat comes up here. What do you want? So if buttons get pressed, blame the cat. Yes. What's your thoughts on the state of the National League pennant race, Emmy? Emmy just adjusts on the bed. Pitch to Pee Wee is a base hit down the line and left. That'll be extra bases. That rolls around in the corner. Rowe will round second. Preacher is going to try and score. Reese will hold at second. The throw from Ryan to Livingston, and Rowe should be safe, is he? Yes. So for Reese, his 22nd double of the year, and the Dodgers go up 6-2. And my color commentator here just yawns at Pee Wee's double. Here's Jorgensen. Spider is 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch. There's a line drive base hit past the mound. That will score Pee Wee. And the Dodgers are making the Braves pay for changing pitchers. It's now 7-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Ferrillo. He's 0 for 2. Pitch from Hogue. There's another base hit. That's in the left center field. Jorgensen will hold, and it's runners on first and second, and there's still nobody out for Jackie Robinson. So Robinson 1 for 2 has singled and scored. The cat is now cuddling on my leg. The temperature in here is 80 degrees, and I now have a 12-pound fur coat laying on my right leg. Pitch to Robinson. Struck him out. He got him looking on an 0-2 fastball. So 1 out. And here's Hodges. Gill 1 for 2. He smashed a homer down the line and left his last time up. And he draws a walk this time. So they are loaded for Roy Campanella, who has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. So it doesn't matter what the Dodgers put up for a number. A win is a win is a win. And we're going to be like the Maxine Nightingale song in the National League, right back to where we started from when the day began. Campanella. It's a little number down to Stanky. Great play. Ryan for 1. The throw to Fletcher. It should be in time. I believe it is. Jorgensen's going to score. But the Braves will take 2 for the price of 1 there. So Stanky with a good stop. And no, the run does not score because there was 1 out. So Ryan took out, or Hodges took Ryan out, but Connie made the throw. And it's 4-6-3 on the double play. Dodgers get 2 more. We go to the 5th. It's 7-2 Brooklyn. So Livingston, Stanky, and Seasty to face Preacher Rowe here in the 5th. Let's see what they do with the pitcher's spot. Hogue threw 28 pitches in his half of the 4th. Livingston singled his first time up. And Mickey, it's a ground ball to third. Jorgensen comes in by the bag, throws to first, 1 out. Well, the Braves should have plenty of pinch hitters. Hogue, by the way, if he does bat, is 1 for 4. He will bat. And lays one into center field for a base hit. So the 7th hit for the Braves. Here's Eddie Stanky. Eddie is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. 18 batters deep for Rowe. 57 pitches. 4 1/3 innings. 7 hits. Both the runs are earned, and he struck out 2. Stanky. Line drive to third. Jorgensen's there. Snap throw to first, and they get Hogue napping. Well, well, well. So 5-5-3 on the DP. So Hogue wasn't paying much attention, and the snap throw from Jorgensen got to first in time. Halfway home, you get another commercial. It's the Dodgers 7, the Braves 2. Well, if you joined us late or fast forwarding on YouTube going, what the heck was he going on for 2 hours about? Here's how we got here in Game 2. Mike McCormick, a mammoth 3-run shot in the second to make it 3-0 Brooklyn. Braves cut it to a 1-run lead in the third. C.B. Sisti with a 2-run double. And then Brooklyn seems to have broken this one open. We'll see. Gil Hodges, a monster shot down the line and left, his 20th of the year to make it 5-2. In the fourth, Pee Wee Reese doubled home. Preacher Rose had himself a day and a half, thank you very much. 6-2 Brooklyn. Spider Jorgensen singled home Pee Wee Reese to make it 7-2. Carl Furillo now has a 13-game hitting streak, and Roy Campanella hit a double play with the bases loaded to end the fourth inning. So 7-2 the score. Hogue in relief of Elliott, 3 innings, 5 hits, all 5 runs are earned. The 2 homers, he walked 3 and struck out 1. And Preacher Rowe, well, he's not pitching all that well, but he's ready for the win. 7 hits through 5. So Snyder, McCormick, and Rowe here in the 5th. Snyder 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out and scored a run. Duke in the center field. Back goes Sisti, 1 out. So McCormick has 3 RBI. He has now matched his real-life total of 14. He is 1 for 2. Bobby Hogue in the second inning. Popped up, left side, Elliott. Runs out of real estate. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Hogue. McCormick. Line drive up the middle, a base hit. He going for 2. The throw to Ryan, and McCormick is in there with a double. His 10th of the year. And McCormick is having a day that you'd read about in Baseball Digest. Here's Preacher Rowe. He is singled twice. They're playing for the bunt. I'm going to swing. He's 2 for 2. He singled twice and scored. Livingston goes out to chat with Hogue, who delivers and strikes out. So Rowe swings and misses on the curve. 2 out for Pee Wee Reese, who is 1 for 2. Hogue, by the way, allowed both the runs in the 4th. Pee Wee drove in his 72nd and scored his 108th run earlier in the ballgame. This time around, he swings a fly ball into right. Sauer rides the Schwinn. Don't say that 10 times fast, and that will retire the side. Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. No runs and no errors. We go to the 6th in Game 2. It's the Dodgers 7, the Braves 2. So Red Sox Yankees for you on Thursday, tennis for you on Friday, and then we should be back to our 3 games a week routine. Sisti is 1 for 2. Ryan and Elliott to follow. Sibby has doubled and drove in both of the runs in the 3rd for Boston. Popped up. Right side. Hodges. 1 out. Connie Ryan 1 for 2. Pitched from Rowe. There's a fly ball right center field. Furillo goes into the alley. 2 out. Rowe is in line to go the distance. Bob Elliott is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he got him again. He swung hard at a curveball, trying to get out of his shoes, and he missed it. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-2 Brooklyn. So Jorgensen, Ferrillo, and Robinson. The Spider is 2 for 3, a single twice and driven in a run. Hogue starts his 3rd inning of work. Jorgensen strikes out, gets away from Livingston, throws to Fletcher, and it's a K2-4 on the card. Brings up Ferrillo. Carl has singled, has a 13-game hitting streak. He's 1 for 3. And Carl sends that into shallow left center. Seasty comes in, 2 out. Brings up Jackie Robinson. Jackie 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run scored. This time Jackie swings a ground ball to short. Ryan behind the bag. Over to Fletcher, and that will retire the side. Dodgers go in order in the 6th. After 6, 7-2 Brooklyn. So Russell, Sauer, and Fletcher. Jim is 0 for 2. Pitch from roll. Walked him. So, first walk given up by Rowe. Fastball missed outside. Here's Sauer. And he doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Sauer swings. A slow roar to third. Spider Jorgensen tries for 2. Robinson for 1, but no throw. So they get the lead runner on the 5-4 fielder's choice. 1 out. And again, we'll probably have the world's longest 7th inning stretch after this. L.B. Fletcher, no relation to Jessica as far as I know, but maybe. Could be a long-lost cousin. Wonder if he ever went to Maine. Is 1 for 2 with a single. Rose pitch. Is a fly ball to right. Ferrillo in the corner by the bullpens. Makes the catch for the 2nd out. Sauer goes back to first. And now to bring it Mickey Livingston. Mickey has a single. He's 1 for 2 and scored in the 3rd on the Seasty hit. And Livingston strikes out. Preacher got him looking on a fastball. Stretch time 7-2. Well, I tried real quick to see if you could tell in the game what the last time I had it updated was, and I can't do that. So, we will do that before Thursday. Here's Hodges. Gill with that 2-run shot well into the 2nd deck in the 1st. Or for his home run. 1 for 2. Now has 20 homers and driven in 104. Hogue's pitch and Hodges into left center field. Seasty going back. Makes the catch. Storm clouds brewing again. 83 degrees here at Ebbets. Wind blowing out to center at 17 now. So off the harbor and towards Long Island Sound. Here's Campanella. Roy is 0 for 2. Has walked, scored, and grounded into a double play. See, I think he can line into it. Doesn't matter. Line drive to second. Stanky's there. 2 out. Snyder. Duke is 0 for 2. Is walked and struck out. and scored. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They've left on 6. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Braves. No errors, and they've left on 3. Snyder, base hit right center field. That should be extra bases. Sauer gets a late jump, and Snyder is into second for his 19th double of the year. And then I'll bring up McCormick. Mike, 2 for 3. Has 6 bases in this game. He has doubled and homered. And this time around, a ground ball to Fletcher. Elby takes it to the bag himself for the out, and Snyder moves to third. Or he would have moved to third if it wasn't 2 out. No runs, a hit, and they leave a runner on. We go to the 8th at 7-2 Brooklyn. So Hoag's spot, Bobby ended up pitching 4 decent innings. He singled his first time up. And Marv Rickard will pinch hit, hitting .083 as a pinch hitter. Overall, 333, 6 homers, and 39 RBI. Rose starts the 8th. Fly ball right field. Ferrillo, 1 out. Again, Rowe pitch count wise can do this. Go the distance. Here's Eddie Stanky. Eddie is 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout. 27 batters deep for Preacher. 89 pitches, 7 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits. Both the runs are earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 4. Stanky 1 for 3, a single and a strikeout. Eddie into right field. Ferrillo, 2 out. So here's Seasty. Sibby is 1 for 3. He has doubled and driven in 2. Right back up the box. Roll. Throws it to first, and the Braves are done. We played 7.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Red Barrett, who I'm assuming is not a blonde, is on the pitch. We have a pitching change this game coming to you from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. So let's tell you about Red. He's 2-3 with an ERA of 4.61. Has lost his last 3 decisions. He's a fastball pitcher at 82 and a ground ball pitcher. He is 34 years old. He's a righty. 4th appearance against the Dodgers. The Dodgers have eaten him up like ice cream. 3 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks and no strikeouts. 0-1 with a 9.82 ERA. He last pitched on the 30th, so plenty of rest. 2 innings against the Cardinals, 2 hits, a run it was earned, no decision. Overall, 27 in the 3rd innings, 41 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned. He's allowed 2 homers. He has walked 9 and struck out 8. It'll be Rowe, who's 2 for 3 to lead off the inning as I hit the button too fast. Ground ball to third. Elliott throws to Fletcher, and Rowe is out on a bang-banger. That was close. So 1 out. Reese and Jorgensen to follow, and if anybody should reach for Rillo. Pee-wee, 1 for 3. A double, a run scored, a walk, and a 72nd RBI. Barrett's pitch. In the left center, Seasty going back, 2 out. And that brings up Jorgensen. Spiders had a good day. He's 2 for 4. 2 singles, an RBI, and a strikeout. What do I call when I need to clean my hard drive on a computer? You mean like a software program? You're supposed to defrag them every once in a while. You looking to get rid of older apps and stuff or programs? Pitch to Jorgensen is a walk. Brings up Ferrillo. Carl is 1 for 4. So Barrett gives up the 2-out walk. Pitch to Ferrillo. There's a pop-up right side in the infield. Fletcher should get that one. He will on the grass, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, and one left. No errors. We go to the 9th. Boston needs 5 to tie and 6 to go ahead. So Ryan Elliott, defrag is exactly what it is. Yep. And again, these computer tips are not something you normally would find in a Fortnite stream. Ryan 1 for 3. Elliott and Russell to follow. Rowe looking for win number 13 on the year. And Ryan hits a little number down to Hodges, who misplays it. So Ryan will reach on the error. So it goes under Hodges' glove, and there's nobody out for Bob Elliott, who has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. Pitch from Rowe. And there's a liner to right. Ferrillo makes the catch. 1 out for Jim Russell. Jim is 0 for 2 with a walk. And this time around, he lines it to third. Jorgensen's there. 2 out. So last chance saloon for the Braves at 66 and 68. Will fall to 66 and 69. The Dodgers will be an 80-game winner the next out, provided the Braves don't score 6 or 5. Sauer 1 for 3. He's got himself a double. Rowe from the stretch. Struck him out to win the ball game. He swings and misses at a 1-2 fastball, and the Dodgers get the split. So on this Labor Day, the Dodgers go to 80 and 54. 7 runs, 11 hits, and an error. The Braves 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Mike McCormick is your digital dice MVP in Game 2 because his 3-run shot in the second was all the offense the Dodgers needed. Preacher Rowe goes to 13 and 6, 9 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 5 and had minus stuff. If that was minus stuff, I'd like to see his regular stuff. Glenn Elliott falls to 6 and 2, 5 runs through 3. Then Bobby Hogue, 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And then Barrett came in and pitched the 8th. Yeah, McCormick's ball just landed. That ball was a cannon. So Rowe moves to 13 and 6. As you see the kitty cat on my lap. And the Dodger lead is 1 game. It did not change. So I believe the only 2 games we haven't played is Cincinnati and Chicago. Let's do that now. Oops. The Cubs and Reds split a doubleheader. Cubs won the first one 4-3. Hacker goes to 4-4. Fanovich 5-5, and Phil Cavaretta 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. One of those games, the Cubs had 4 errors. We'll say it's the second one. A 12-inning win for the Reds, 3-1. Baroque goes to 3-8. Rush goes to 6-16, and Hatton 3 for 6 with his 11th home run. Double the fun today, guys. So it's the Red Sox and the Yankees. Ooh. And Boston beat Brooklyn, by the way. 13-10 on the Tuesday. So now you're up to date. So as we head into Wednesday's action, the Yankees and the Red Sox from Yankee Stadium. How about that? And I'll play the Red Sox. So the standings as we leave you after this doubleheader. Brooklyn at 80-55, a half game up on the Cardinals, 5 ahead of the Giants. The Yankees double digits on Cleveland. I'm Ron Juckett. Thanks for hanging with me the last hour and 55 minutes. We'll talk to you, tomorrow on Digital Dice. Dave will get that up over the course of the day. And then Thursday for the Red Sox and the Yankees from Yankee Stadium. And that's our offerings this week. So have yourself a good day. Stay cool and stay safe, everybody. We'll talk to you Thursday right here on Retro Sports Network.